So the reason why I make videos is because as a target individual, we we are forced to think in things in different ways and create a reality that's put together. And the truth is, it's the use the alternate reality and distort reality to create this false reality. For me, it's been a lot of memory manipulation. They've been changing my memories to create a logic that they want me to subscribe to. And it's always things. It's usually when they start playing my childhood and or like they try to create a fantasy, but reality is kind of sad because it kind of points out the reality they're in. Listen, when we were like teenagers, I remember a friend of mine. He was a little bit of a, a bit of a, let's just say, a kind of wild kid. He's been always wild, and I think it was like early mid teenagehood. I think maybe he was 15, 16 or something like that, or maybe even younger. So before before 17 years old, I would say. And so what he was trying to tell me, try to create these false memories. He told me something about he at that point he just learned how to he was kind of self-pleasing, and I'm sorry about the graphics of what I said, but this is what these people try to do, and it's really like early to mid teenagehood that these people try to vilify you. But the thing, listen to how they try to vilify me. So he tells me what he did in the airplane around that time, right? It even goes into details. You can only imagine. I don't want to go into details. And so I remember that, and it was like, okay, wow, you're crazy, whatever. We were teenage kids at this point. And they try to make me imagine doing the same thing. Now, that never happened. It's what they wish would have happened. But, of course, I'm never going to accept or subscribe a false memory where that happened. Right? I just said earlier in the airplane. But they then try to make me think, but, at one point, when you were undercover, did you ever kind of felt your private area? Or like, something like that, just to try to make me imagine what this guy, who was a friend of mine, did. And they're like, no, but you ever thought like, okay, because your friend did it, you should try to do everything possible, but the reality, this never happened. And they try to, okay, that didn't happen, but did you maybe feel your private area when you're in a plane, when you're under the cover? Maybe you just like, it's just some retardations. And let me just repeat that this is like mid-teenagerhood. I'm talking about maybe 14, 15, 16 years old. And try to be like, did you like then? Did you feel your pride? It's humiliating. And the reality is, this man now, is an adult man, he's a perp. He participates, he will send me like random WhatsApp messages just to disturb me. Basically, he's involved. He's part of this program against me in the way to torment me. What happened is, people become perps around you. I started sending message. He was like sending a message on purpose, tried to like torment me. So the reality of what this guy did, they tried to implement it on me. But this guy is actually a perp too. This has been the consistent manipulation of my targeting, where they take other people's action and try to make me be those people action, like make me involve myself, like try to make me be the one who took these actions. I am not that person. And what this person did has nothing to do with me. Now, what they're trying to do is to try to make me imagine that. And my brain, they're going to beat you. Like, let's stop it. You guys are trash for living your fantasy. You guys are here. This guy is actually a perp. It's fair. Well, me, you ask, oh, did you touch private when you, like, under the cover? Like, when you're just comfortable, like, did you at one point, and they talk about me as a teenager. Do you understand? Desperate to create something in my mind and make me imagine all kind, like me as a teenager, like maybe filling my private area for a second and just put it, like, it's like, oh, it's not fair. It's fair. Because reality is you guys work with people who have done that. Even though they did it even when they were kids. And you wish I did that. So now, because that is not something possible, it's like, did you touch a private area? What the hell? And at one point it got to the point where, oh, maybe there was kids around. That's why it's like just coming up with this sad, pathetic things. To try to create stories in my brain. In my childhood too. Yes, teenagehood. Mid-teenagehood. Like maybe even pre-16. You understand how sad it is? These people are delusional trash. But that's the reality of what they're in. For me, I have no problem addressing the things they try to make me subscribe to. It's so sad. And they try to make it think like, okay, but and they try to have these dialogues where they're like, it's okay because, like you've heard stories of like women doing that, when it's in a plane and when nobody's watching. Like, story. Try to make me go with this BS reality they put together. It's crazy. No, this thing that you wish happened did not happen. Now, if you try to be like, yeah, touch my private, you're delusional trash. You sad, pathetic things. So sad. It's just so nasty. And I'm forced to think like that 24/7. 24/7. And it could even be me just being like 15 years old. Well, before, it's so sad. Do you see how disgusting these people are? To all my target individuals, they're going to do everything possible to try to create a fantasy, a reality that's falsified. And you gotta be strong. So you gotta see things for what they are. These people are bottom feeders, and they're gonna continuously do things to torment you. Stay strong and understand that justice will be done for the things they've done to us.